Unpack the box containing the main unit. Unpack the box containing the trolley. Take out all the items inside the boxes. And compare with the checklist to see if everything is ready. Remove the cover of the trolley base. Pass the power cord from the trolley base to the trolley top plate. Pull out the gas hoses from the top plate of the trolley. Install the humidifier fixing hook to the base of the main unit. The humidifier fixing hook can be rotated freely. Remove the backside cover of the main unit. Remove the two screws which used to fix the battery housing cover. Install the battery to the battery housing. Then fix the two screws back to the housing cover. Put the main unit on the trolley. Pass the hoses and cables from the main unit's backside. Install 4 screws below the trolley's top plate. To fix the main unit on it, connect the power cord to the AC socket on the main unit. Connect the oxygen hose and air hose to the corresponding gas inlets. Install 2 screws to fix the rear side of the main unit on the trolley. Put the display arm on the main unit. And pass the display cable from the top. Rotate the display arm to put it in place. Press the lock key. Rotate the display arm again to lock it on the main unit. Connect the display cable to the socket on the main unit. Fix the cable connector. Install the backside cover to the main unit. Connect the cable on the display arm to the display screen. Use the cable clamp to fix the cable. And use 4 screws to fix the display screen on the display arm. Fix the support arm on the side rail of the main unit. Install the humidifier to the hook on the main unit. Connect a single tube between the humidifier gas inlet and the inspiratory port. Connect the 2 long ends of a Y tube between the humidifier gas outlet and the expiratory port. Connect the thermometer adapter to the Y tube. Connect the thermometer to the adapter. Connect the mask adapter tube after the thermometer adapter. Connect the test splint lung. Connect the air source and oxygen source to the corresponding gas inlets on the trolley. Remove the expiratory valve. Open the oxygen sensor housing cover above the inspiratory valve, and install the oxygen sensor inside it. Connect the oxygen sensor cable to the oxygen sensor. Close the oxygen sensor housing cover. Install the expiratory valve back to the main unit.
Power on the ventilator. It takes about 20 seconds for the ventilator coming to the standby mode. Start the function check. Use a single tube to connect the inspiratory port and expiratory port together. Click Start. The function check takes about 90 seconds. Connect the Y piece of the patient circuit to the inspiratory port and expiratory port. Block the patient end, then click Start to check the patient's circuit. Connect a test splint lung to the Y tube. Enter into the settings interface. In general settings, you can set the system brightness, system volume, and touch volume. In views, you can set the viewing mode of the main interface display. Big front interface is available. Biomed is the maintenance menu of this ventilator. Password for the user is 123. In user settings, general, you can set the system date, time, alarm limit for the gas source pressure, ventilator using altitude, and IP address. In user settings, you can set the parameter units and system language. In user settings, metrics, you can set the display layout of physiological parameters. In user settings, default value, you can set the default values of patient information, ventilation information, and alarm messages. In alarm limits, you can set the alarm limits for physiological parameters. In special function, you can find the settings for LMC, ATC, nebulizer, suction and EG. In historical data, you can review the waveform trend and curve, event logs, and histogram. In patient data, you can export the patient data and screenshots to a USB flash disk. Export password is 123456. Set patient information. Estimated weight and suggested tidal volume will be given automatically according to the patient height you set. Select ventilation type, invasive or non-invasive. Select ventilation mode. Set ventilation parameter. Choose whether to use auto-compliance compensation. Start ventilation. Go back to the standby mode. If the alarm limit is not suitable, you can change it in standby mode. Go back to the ventilation interface. You can also set the ventilation parameters at the bottom of this interface. Or you can click the ventilation mode area to switch the ventilation mode. Quick key to reach the special functions. Quick key to manually trigger ventilation. Manually trigger an extra breath. Manually hold the inspiratory process. Manually hold the expiratory process. Silence the alarm sound. Check the system logs. Change the patient information. Review the history of triggered ventilation. Freeze the screen to view a certain point on the respiratory waveforms. Take a screenshot. Lock and unlock the screen. View detailed monitoring parameters. Go back to the standby mode and power off the ventilator.